Yeah, we believe that should stabilize. Well, as John get to settle on us, of course, we have details of these events on our website, and we really wish to encourage members to read, inquire, and find out the outcomes, what is really expected of this very event. It is far enriching that we implore all of you to really be part. I believe John Bosco is getting back. Yeah, let's give James 2 minutes.
Frederick, are you able to hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you, JB. It's much better. Yes, we can see that screen.
So I was saying that IS7.
Sorry, the voice had gone off, JB. Are you able to voice up? Still breaking. And not yet. We can't hear you.
Coming here, get So Frederick, are you able to hear me now?
Very clear and far better now. Maybe you'll need to recap right from the beginning. We miss it.
Okay. So my apologies that the network couldn't be, the network was saying that
John, today where are you? Is it our network, your network? The network breaks. That's the challenge.
It's still breaking.
Yeah. So thank you.
I believe the content, as you've seen them through flyers, has created an expectation within your mind, and we expect that as John will be coming to present, you will need to touch into some of those expectation areas or queries, probably if you have them by the comments that you already shared in. So we hope to get that footed while we're looking. So I'm waiting to see many expectations in our chat box.
So Derek, confirm that you can hear me. Derek, are you able to hear me?
Yes, John, I'm able to hear you. Much better without the video.
Okay. So to go back, participants, I'm very sorry that the network has let us down, but I think we are now able to proceed. And the objectives are two. One is to understand the concept of experiential learning, and two is to arouse interest in the experiential learning events that we are organizing. Because if we didn't do this, some people will come back and say, we wish you had explained to us what experiential learning is all about. But to give it a context, we've gone back to international education standards, which are part of the Statement of Member Obligation number 2, education, and IS 7, or International Education Standard 7, prescribes the CPD required for professional accountants to develop and maintain the professional competence necessary to provide high quality services to clients, employers, and other stakeholders, thereby strengthen the public trust in the profession. So IS requires the professional accountants organizations such as ICPAU to foster a commitment to lifelong learning among professional accountants. So once you commit to be an accountant, you must accept to learn for life. Then facilitate access CPD opportunities and resources for professional accountants. And three, adopt prescribed requirements relating to the development and implementation of appropriate measurement, monitoring, and compliance procedures so as to help professional accountants develop and maintain the professional competence necessary to protect public interest. So, as a professional organization, ICPA, we are required to communicate the value of CPD regularly to professional accountants, and this is why we are organizing this event to communicate to you the value of experiential learning, and B, to promote the variety of CPD opportunities available to professional accountants. So we are bringing in a new CPD product. So we are now promoting this variety of kind of CPD. Then C, work with employers to emphasize the importance of CPD within performance management processes. So the question is, what is experiential learning? This is a hands-on learning by observation and interaction. So the CPD we are going to have will be observing and interacting, will not be seated behind the desks and waiting for the presenter. So experiential learning also stimulates reflection and inspires participants to explore opportunities in the economy. So once you have participated, you will go back, reflect, and see what opportunities can one grab from this experience. It is also an opportunity for in-depth learning and motivation to delve into productive sectors that can contribute to economic development. And lessons picked could inspire establishment of new enterprises. So once we have taken the experiential learning, some people will probably be inspired to set up similar investments in other areas, and that thereby we shall be contributing the economic development of our country. So what are the enterprises be visited during this experiential learning? So the events will begin on 14th of May, which will be a Tuesday. Departure time will be 7 a.m. And the first enterprises we shall visit are in Masaka. We shall visit Kazinga Mixed Farm. This is a farm which has largely coffee, it's about 25 acres. It also has some fish ponds. Then attached to it is Masaka School for the Deaf. These are people who are written off as Kasiru, but they have been organized. It has slightly over 100 children who are undertaking primary 1 to 7, and you'll be amazed at what they can do. Then attached to it is Masaka Vocational Training Institute, where young people, including those who come from the School for the Deaf, can undertake vocational education so that they are productive in our economy. So there are 3 enterprises in one place. And our host on that day will be CPA Francis Kamregeya, whom you all know. The photos I have here is the photo of a coffee plant and the vocational institute, which he has set up to empower the youth to be productive in our economy. So we shall be at his enterprise. We shall leave Kampala at 7 a.m. and we expect to be there at 10, have some break tea, then do a tour of these 3 enterprises. And then we should be able to leave that place around 4 p.m. And then we head for Mbarara. I'll be giving you the logistics later on. We sleep in Mbarara. Then the next day, we leave at 8 for Shema, where we have 2 enterprises to see. The first enterprise is Numa Foods. The Numa Foods produces a range of products, including millet, rice, cassava. So this enterprise was started 29 years ago. And if I may annotate, If you see in the middle, on the top, that is the first machine he started with. And when you go there, you will be able to see the state-of-the-art factory that he has because of resilience and being consistent in that sector. So we'll be there from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., have lunch at the nearby hotel. Then once we have finished, we have had our lunch, we just walk to the next enterprise, which is the Ankole Coffee Producers Cooperative Union. This company processes and exports coffee. And that will be from 2:30 to 5 p.m. So we'll be able to see how the cooperative union is linking up with the members of the union, and they will tell us how they look after the coffee to make sure that it is very competitive coffee, which they bring the factory, it is processed. Some of it is roasted and then sold on the market and also exported. So that is the next enterprise we shall look at. Then the next day, which will be 16th, 16th will be a Thursday. We shall visit a farm called Rwenjeru Agrotourism and Demonstration and Training Farm. It is, those of you who have been to Mbarara, it is in Harwe. And the proprietor is a retired head teacher of a primary school. He runs different enterprises. He has a banana plantation. He has cows, about 200 of them. He does fish farming. He does rabbit farming. He also prepares feeds. And he has many things he does at that farm, and he trains people who want to be trained in farming. So that is where we shall be from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. And he also provides lunch. We shall have lunch at the same venue. Then we move to do a tour of Lake Mburo National Park, which is not far from where we shall be. And this park has a range of animals. We shall be able to see some animals. We shall be able to do a boat ride on Lake Mburo. And we are told that most animals are seen around 5. You either see animals if you are going to a national park at 5 a.m. or you see them at 6 a.m. or 5 p.m. So 5 p.m. will find us here, and we should be able to see most of the animals. Then we go back to Mbarara and sleep. Then the next day we drive again to Masaka. We set off at 7:30 or 8, and we reach Masaka. We expect to be there by 10. And we visit Kamama Limited. Kamama Limited is a farm which was set up by one of us, Frederick Ruzinda, who used to work with Uganda Coffee Development Authority. And he has set up coffee. He has 100 acres of coffee planted. Recently, he got electricity. He will now be able to process coffee from his farm. He also has a coffee seedling, a coffee nursery where he does seedlings, as you can see there. Because he says if you are doing a big coffee farm, it's good that you do your own nursery. But he also sells the seedlings to other people. In addition, he has dairy cattle. And what I found interesting when we did a pre-visit, when they produce, he takes away the the calves, he doesn't want them to bond with their mother. So he gives them milk. And each cow gives him 15 to 20 liters every day. And he separates those which are being milked from the rest of the cows. So we need to go and see how does he do it. Person I've been keeping cows for a long time. I didn't know that cows shouldn't bond. My cows have been bonding. Then he also does poultry. He has 200 layers, rather 20,000 layers, which produce eggs. And he markets them to Kampala. So we need, and he has tractors. He left his employment at 45 years to be a full-time farmer. And when you go there and see what he has done, it is amazing. There will be a lot of learning at this farm. And that will mark the end of the tours, but I want to take you into the logistical arrangements we are preparing. We shall have group transport. We don't expect people to drive. Because we want to network and bond and reflect. We shall have group transport. We shall use buses. And we have capped the booking to 100 people. So if you haven't booked, there are still places. Make sure you book and you are part of this event of the 100. Once we have 100 people, we shall close. In Mbarara, that will be our center for the activities. From Masaka, we shall go to Mbarara. From Mbarara, we shall go to Shema and come back to Mbarara. Then from Mbarara, we shall go to Rwenjeru, Agro Farm, and Rekmboro and come back to Mbarara. Then on Friday morning, we leave. So there are two hotels. We have Lakeview Hotel and we have Las Vegas Gardens and Hotel. So the participants will be accommodated in those two hotels. Participants will be given stationery. We shall give you nice jackets and hats which befit people who are having an experiential learning. As you noted, we are visiting some factories. We shall give you some disposable personal protection equipment and some drawstring bags to carry your whatever you'll be carrying. At the end of the day, we shall give 28 hours of CPD, and those who will stay at Las Vegas Hotel will pay 3.6 million, and Lakeview will pay 3.3. So this fee caters for the group transport, caters for your accommodation, caters for your meals, caters for access to these enterprises and the national park which we are visiting. Booking is on the ICPAU portal, and we are closing it by Saturday 11th. However, if we reach 100 people by that before 11th, then we shall close. I want to thank you for listening to me, and now you can post your questions into the Q&A. We shall be able to answer them. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, John Bosco, for that very clear elaboration of the experiential learning events upcoming. Ladies and gentlemen, as we said earlier, you should have joined here or seen this event through the web portal and wondering what it really entails. There's yet more adventure to go through. So please feel free to pose your questions, make comments, so that we can have a very enriching event. So as John Bosco is still on the platform, we welcome those questions. So we shall be reading out, or if you may want to raise hands, and respond to a particular area of his presentation so that he might throw more light. Thank you.
There is one question from Musa Waiswa. He's asking, how often does the Institute plan to have such learning events? As this time it may be short notes to many members. The plan is to have one event. So if you miss the one for this year, then we can have one next year. You can participate in the one which will be organized next year. So it will be one, like we have one annual seminar, we have one economic forum, we have one PFM conference. I think that answers it.
Thank you, Jabi, for that response. Yeah, Musa, I hope it will never be too late for you to tap this opportunity. We still have a few minutes to carry on the interactions. Yeah, feel free to make your inquiry, ladies and gentlemen, and that is the value of the time we've created for you. Yeah, you can look into that. There are some questions coming in. Thank you very much.
Robert Karyowa says the fees seems high given a short notice. Would you consider reducing it downwards? Actually, what we've done, because you have had we'll be spending money wherever we go. And we think this is basically to meet the costs for this experiential learning. If we reduce it, and this time we don't have sponsors. If we had sponsors, then we would be able to reduce it. But we don't have sponsors for this kind of event. So the participants are meeting the full cost. The next one is from Albert Ashaba. I think I answered this question. It will be once a year. And Herbert Akzamana is asking how much should each individual pay? What you pay is here, depending on the hotel you will stay in. If you are staying at Las Vegas Garden Hotel, it is 3.6. And if you are staying at Lakeview, it will be 3.3 million.
Yeah, thank you, Jabi. I think we still have some minutes according to the schedule. We should be ending at 3, and we have the opportunity yet to interact. Members, post in your questions, your comments, so that you can be responded to. Yes, Jabi, there's one from Paul, if you may talk to him.
Paul is asking how long will the event take? 4 days. We shall go on Tuesday, come back on Friday evening. 3 nights, 4 days. So from 14th 17th of May. Okay, somebody is asking, kindly share the entire document of forthcoming learning event. It was shared, but we shall share it. We will share it. That is Stephen Akabwai. Matthias Okongo, is there an option for some individuals to match some portion of cost, e.g. accommodation and dinner, so they can get what one can fair afford? Okay, we thought we would be together and network. Let's go back and look at it, see if people can, those who want to meet their own cost. But the dinner I think is important because we shall be at dinner, we shall be having a recap for the day. We go and we review what we have discussed for the day. So let's look at, we look at the option of people finding their own accommodation and communicate. I think that answers Osbat Namanya's question, who is in Mbarara and I think wants to stay at home. Then Anonymous said, the suggestion as you can know that some students are still struggling with finding work and though they always want to be part of such programs, can they sometimes make events affordable to all? Please, unemployed students are always left out. Anonymous, we have mentioned that we are going to work out an option of people who will accommodate themselves, then probably you'll fit into that option, if you can. Salam Nambi, are there CPDs for today's attendance? Thanks. Yeah, you will have 1 hour of CPD. Owen, the idea is really good, but the charge could be quite high for most people. As I mentioned, we shall have put the option of people who want to stay on their own, who want to accommodate themselves, then we'll be able to see if it can come down for such participants. Joel, thanks for this new area of learning, which I think will later put attraction of other key players in the economy, given its importance towards job creation. I really appreciate. However, this one is short notes, given cost. So how often is it likely to happen for better preparation? Actually, we have been mentioning that save the date right from Economic Forum, rather from PFM conference. But we decided to do, maybe we should have done this presentation earlier, but it has been on from the time of PFM conference. But going back to your question, this is once a year. Anonymous, I suggest you 2 months. We actually mentioned this, as I mentioned, at PFM conference. Yeah, but we'll do better next time. Somebody is saying we attended ESG CPD, but we are not awarded 2 hours of CPD. I think we'll look at it. This one will be addressed. I think we have answered all the questions. I don't know if there are further questions. Stanley says the cost is high, can't it be slashed? As I mentioned, we are going to work out the option of having group transport, but then you accommodate yourself. I think that one kind of gives a relief so that you can be part of this. And we should be able to communicate that in the course of tomorrow. Trevor, I think I have answered that question. Can we accommodate ourselves? Yeah. I think there are no more questions. Frederick, we can close it. There is somebody is asking how do I check my CPD? I think Trevor, Frederick has taken your question. He will get back to you.
Yeah, thank you very much, JB. I think that has been quite an open-minded discussions and sharing from the participant. We are very happy with your contributions, questions, and comments. We do encourage that even through our email platform, you can still write and share your ideas that we can take into consideration. As it has earlier been said, this is the first initiative in the CPD calendar, and we wish to have members benefit from this arrangement. We have one more comment here. Thanks, ISPEO, it's good, and I'm sure we will benefit. Yes, Salama, this is really for the enrichment and benefit of the members. They are quite key objectives and target areas that we think as members of the profession we can target it. If there are no any other question, I think we're also privileged to have the CEO in our session.
He has left.
Oh, yes, left. Okay. Yeah. All right, fine. So, JB, back to you and make a concluding remark.
Thank you, Frederick. I want to thank the participants for attending this session. We are going to work out those who want to accommodate themselves, and that option will be available in the course of tomorrow. Once, thank you for attending and wish you a blessed day. Thank you.